I'm gonna ask you which sports team has the worst mascot. So you may be wanting to think about mascots that you've seen in your lifetime. Just giving you a fair warning.
Can it be college?
Mm-hmm. That's the one that comes to my mind.
Every sports team.
And no, yeah, there's any high school mascot. Okay. And then up to you here. You started it, Trish?
I did.
You did?
It says on my phone. It's live.
Oh. Doesn't look live for some reason.
It is. Oh, we got people.
Oh, there you go. Oh, Church on the Rock is live. Oh, it's me. Hello, Sherilyn. Okay, I should probably exit out of the...
Will this go? Oh.
Can we only see people if they say hello? We can't see as people join in?
Depends on their settings.
Okay.
Their privacy settings.
Got you. I wonder if I can pull up on here and see here too. Hi, everybody. Welcome. I'm not... Welcome. Hi, everybody. Valerie, Allison. Hi, Valerie. Hi, Shelly. Hi, Sydney. Sydney and Shelly are more part of this church than I am. Oh my gosh. Guys. Hi, my lovely wife. Good to see you on there. We're on time, just waiting for the teens to get to church. Waiting for the teens to get to... Johnny, you better not be sending your teens here. I'm gonna kick them out. Hi, Allison. What's up? Is that a blushing face? Are you embarrassed? We are committed, man, to the man, right, Sydney? Jesus,
That's
joke.
right. That's right. Committed to the man.
Is that Brian? Crystal Peterson, youth leader on deck. Hello. Hey guys, we're just giving a few minutes to let people kind of jump in. That's why we started a little bit early. You can tell by our handy sign here that we're starting in about 2 minutes officially, but we're just kind of goofing and hanging out for right now. So I'm glad you're here. Say hello. Hey Jason, neighbor, fellow Hampshireite. Olivia, hello. Thank you for jumping on. I would have been offended if you didn't, but I'm glad you're here. Thank you. Hi, Crystal. Is Nevaeh with you? My sister Olivia says, "What's up?" She's classy like that. Cool.
What's up, everybody? It's Wednesday night.
I don't believe you, Isabel, unless you jump in. Wednesday Night Live. Dun, 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 dun.
It's hard to know if it's Wednesday or Monday or Thursday. But it's Wednesday.
Hi, Trish. Are you at Trish? Says Trish.
My husband.
Is he on your account at home? Does Ray have a Facebook?
Yes. But he doesn't know how to log into it.
Hi, Darlene. Jeff, big old kahuna. He's there?
Look, somebody's tuning in from Ohio.
Where?
Jason Ramke.
Jason Ramkey's in Ohio? That's incredible. Hi, Linda
This thing's
Schnabel.
blowing up. We got followers in all states. Well, 2 states at least.
No, it's just Illinois followers. that do
48
it
out,
other followers.
48 out of 50 states. Doing pretty good.
Lower 48. It's good.
Valerie said, what you guys do to enjoy the winter?
I stayed inside and worked all day. What did you do, Valerie? All right.
Valerie said something. Oh, my boys played basketball.
On the trampoline without shirts.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, what is there any other way to play trampoline basketball than without wearing your shirt?
Ames is not wearing a shirt more than he is wearing a shirt. If you averaged out the time.
Jim Brown wants you to play Freebird, Braden.
Freebird. I'm drawing a blank.
Blackbird or Freebird?
Freebird is a Leonard Skinner song
Sure.
with some really long
Casper,
guitar solos.
Wyoming. Hi, Cindy Richards. Managed crazy boys.
This way I've heard now. Wow, 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 wow. In this bird, you cannot chain. Something like that. Something.
Jim says, I can't read that, Jim. It's hurtful. Hey, welcome everybody. I'm glad you're coming. Laura Baker, young adult and worship team member on deck. Good to see you. Hey, we're going to start off with just a few table topic questions just to get some conversation going. So
If you're not at a table, you should get yourself in front of a table because these are table topics. Let's go.
It's true. So, Braden, what is one of the worst mascots you've ever seen?
One of the worst mascots I have ever seen would have to be the... Can I say the best?
Yeah, sure. That's actually
Okay, because
sure.
I don't have the worst, but the best is that one YouTube video where that mascot is like a fish and it's a baseball team, and then he like goes and he like eats one of the baseball players, and like the baseball player like goes inside the mascot. It's hilarious. Just look it up. It's probably like fish, baseball, mascot. I'm sure it'll come up. It's a really good video to watch.
That's amazing. The White Sox one?
Yeah.
Is it a white sock? Or honestly,
yeah, I think it is.
okay.
Omar, I see you. I said if you joined, I'd give you a shout out. Omar is in the house, everybody. The worst one that I can remember was my actual hometown, or the college I went to, which was Bethel College. And we were the Bethel pilots, like kind of Jesus take the wheel kind of thing. Like we were piloting the ship.
Okay.
But we didn't have a mascot, so we just had this weird squirrel costume that randomly people would dress in and wear as our mascot.
Okay.
And then that morphed the year after I graduated into just a head, which was just like a pilot's head. It was just a random
a
head.
squirrel's head.
No.
That was supposed to be a pilot.
Yeah, exactly. Right?
Somebody said that they were the corn jerkers, if I'm reading that correctly.
Alice,
Hoopston corn jerkers.
a town I grew up by were the Hoopston corn jerkers. I think that was Allison's hometown. She just doesn't want to say it.
I don't even know what that mascot would look like.
Hi, Melody. I see you. What was your... Oh, I think we did this one last week. How'd these get mixed up? Okay.
You know, that is crazy. Out of all those cards, you picked the same one 2 weeks in a row. That's destiny or something. Call it serendipity. Call it what you want.
Serendipity. Okay, Braden, would you be likely to survive alone in the wilderness? I would say, do you think you would survive a month alone in the wilderness? And also in the comments, we want to hear if you're going to survive for, in the wilderness for a month or a week at least.
Let's be honest. I would not survive a week in the wilderness.
Come on, you watch all these like adventure shows. Like
I
survival
would
shows?
thrive on a week in the wilderness.
It's your personal paradise. Introvert time, soak it in the nature.
Yeah, I would really do well with a week in the wilderness.
Okay.
If I had stopped by, Costco on the way and picked up all the supplies that I needed and hid it in some sort of locked up container
Like
that
a
only
big
I knew
old
about,
empty log.
and then I would be set. Yeah.
Yeah.
If I had to live off the bugs in the crust of the earth, then no, I wouldn't survive.
Okay. Good to know.
I would probably drink some bad water, and then that
Yeah.
would be the end of my story.
I've come across this like dead animal that's already rotting and just be like, I don't know, I think it's fine. And die of dysentery. Yeah, sure.
They just eat the bugs. Slimy yet satisfying.
Quote Aladdin.
Yeah, I just quoted Lion King.
Oh, is it Lion King? All right. Olivia said she would absolutely not make it, I think, right? Okay. What do you dream your life will be like in 10 years? 10 years from now.
What do you think? You haven't been answering these. Go ahead.
Well, that one's the harder one. I don't want to answer that one. Okay, 10 years from now.
What is this? A counseling session?
Yeah, we can do that.
Are you my life coach now?
I have some training off of YouTube and licensed in some states. Sure. 10 years from now, probably just owning a diner, Sundays on church service, but the rest of the week we're just cooking eggs. It's going to be the best. Waffles. That's really the dream for everybody.
Good to have dreams.
Yeah.
Chance said a world with enough toilet paper.
A world, what did he say?
With enough toilet paper.
Yeah.
It's everybody's dream, Chad. Hopefully more productive. That's enough for table topics today. How's everybody doing? Share, comment, maybe just share one emotion that's kind of sums you up today. Omar's going to be college in 10 years. Omar,
I believe in
you're
you.
a freaking astronaut. That's amazing. It's like 8 years of schooling. That's incredible. Oh, man.
All right, what's next?
Well, hey guys, welcome to Wednesday Night Live. Just a few reasons. We just wanted to. I'm Josh. This is
Braden,
and we're doing this in lieu of all of the groups. And since we're being, social distancing and under quarantine and stuff, we've kind of moved this online format once a week. Braden and I just kind of goof off for a little while, and then today Braden's bringing an amazing, inspirational devotional towards the end, and so it's just a time to just laugh, a little bit of levity, have fun, community, time to hang out, and to just grow in the Word together too. I'm gonna save these ways to connect towards the end. Hey, but one thing I want to let you guys know, I know a lot of you guys did this last week, so I just want to remind you, if you hit the little bell at the top of the Facebook page, you will get a notification when we go live. So when we do this every week, and then we've been randomly doing a couple things on live, so do that. You'll be caught up to date. Okay. All right. So last week, I would say arguably the weakest point of the show was the game. This week is completely revised and new. We're going to be doing a new game. Okay.
All right.
This game is going to be very interactive with everybody out there, which it looks like we got 30 people in the room right now. So hello, everybody.
Hey, thank you.
So what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to pull you guys. Let me back up. Let me tell you the name of the game.
All right, back it up.
Name of the
Trisha,
game.
hit rewind. We got to back this thing up.
Edit that in post, Trish. Okay. So what we're doing is emoji charades. Okay? Emoji charades. So it's going to be me versus Braden, but you guys are all playing at the same time. So what we're going to do is we've compiled a list of emojis, and we are going to act out the emoji. You, the audience, have to reply with the right emoji. And if we get it within, I think we're going to do 30 to 45 seconds. If you can guess it within 30 to 45 seconds, we'll count the point, okay? Here's what we're going to do, though. 15 seconds, we can only act. At 30 seconds, we can start using sounds. And, stuff. If it gets to 45 seconds, we're just going to tell you the answer.
That should really help us.
Jonathan, stop it. Okay, I'm going to pull up my timer so I can keep track. Okay.
Emoji charades, folks. It doesn't get much better than this.
Okay, this is just the demo one, okay? This is just to get everybody kind of on board. So this is the first one. This doesn't count for points, but this... Okay, ready, set, go.
Can anybody guess that?
Come on, people.
It's like a cross between surprised and nervously excited.
If you hit the text box, there's a little thing that looks like a smiling face. That's the emojis. You're going to hit those, and then you will be able to start tapping. There it is.
Just,
look at all those.
Yeah, it's just this. There's like just a little bit of there's a little bit of teeth, and then just come up like this.
Yeah.
And your eyes were moving too much on that. Your eyebrows were like up really high.
You guys did a really good job. They got mostly. It's the smiling face emoji, right? The very, very basic generic one. Sorry guys, my mouth doesn't go much higher than that, so
yeah, you guys did the ones with like the Star Trek thing for the eyes. I would have done that too. That is definitely more what Josh looked like. It was like his eyes were like Star Trek symbols. So
all right. You guys ready to play this for real points? Hey Trish, do you have your cell phone?
I do.
Will you just pull your stopwatch out, and then when it's 15 seconds, wave or say something, and then we'll start using noise.
Hold on. Got it.
Do you want to start, or do you want me to go first?
I can do it.
Okay.
I think.
All right, here we go.
We're doing 15 seconds.
15 seconds. You just do your stopwatch, 15 seconds, and then 30 seconds. All right, guys, here we go. First one, round one for Braden.
Okay. Wait, I can't talk, but I'm gonna do it with my hands first.
Feels like you're talking.
Hold on, you can't see it. Oh. Wait. But like not like that, but like upside down. like
this is a splendid start.
You gotta put your leg up, and then you gotta put your arms like this.
Hint: you're gonna want to be in the activity section. Okay, you're gonna want to be in the activity section. Go ahead and start flooding in those comments. What you think it is?
It's obviously very active.
That was 30
So,
seconds.
how much time do I have?
We're giving them a few more seconds. Jonathan wants to know what's happening.
I thought the first one was supposed to be easy, and this one is very hard.
I'll give it a 5.
It's like a gymnast. It's like a
3, Olivia,
circus act.
3, 2,
Gymnast?
1. Okay.
What is that?
I don't know what that is, Shauna.
Is that a spider? Because a spider would be a good guess.
Oh, Allison, you got it! Allison! .1 for Hope Culture.
Okay.
Well done.
I appreciate that. That helps my confidence there. Someone actually got it.
It was the somersaulting girl. Somersaulting girl. The one that's doing a cartwheel.
Yeah, so not somersaulting.
Oh, yeah, cartwheel.
That's a whole different thing.
All the same thing, basically. Okay, here's the next one. I'm doing it. Okay. Ready?
All right, go. You got an easy one.
Yeah, that was a pretty good one.
I can't scroll fast enough for us. Okay. 15 seconds is up.
Okay. I feel like that should be enough. You guys probably got it. I believe in you guys. We're
Kyla's
still
screaming at the cartwheel.
we're still catching up from the cartwheel. Allison, again, round 2. Somebody, please knock her out of there. Shauna, you came in second. Good job. Valerie's
Robot.
just saying robot. She's not even trying to find
Oh,
the emoji.
you don't have that emoji.
That's okay. Sydney, well done. Well done. All right, Braden, this is an easy one.
Okay.
Oh,
I got this in
alright.
2 motions with Amy earlier.
Ready?
Laura Baker, come on, you got this.
All right, ready.
Props. This ain't prop time.
Woo.
The heck?
Okay, like See what this is? Everybody see that? And then see my hands like this?
Yes. Trish, why do you even do anything? It doesn't even matter. He's just going to talk the whole time.
Stop. 15 seconds is up.
I didn't even care. He's just using words. He's not even using sounds.
They weren't important words.
We're time's up.
This is a show with words.
Okay.
We can't have dead air.
That's true. Gotta talk. Gotta fill the air.
Did anybody get it?
Jerry said a mechanical parrot.
Allison! Laura Baker! Well done. Hi, Jerry.
For some reason, there's an emoji
Dollar.
of a stack of money with wings. Don't ask me why.
Because that's what happens to my paycheck every month. It just flies away. It magically just flies away. Okay. All right. Here we go. Next one. Okay. Next one.
Okay, go.
All right. Okay. I think that's enough. You should be able to get it. This is another common one.
Jim Brown said butterfly.
No, not a butterfly.
Mm.
Good guess, though, Jim.
Taxes?
Taxes. No, I think we're still looking at the last ones.
Oh, okay.
It wasn't butterfly. Oh, maybe he was probably talking about mine.
Oh, he's talking about the money one. Yeah, that's what it
Yeah.
was.
Okay.
We just
But-
got it. There's a little bit of a delay. That's why. So we're
Yeah.
catching up here.
The one that Josh did, you could do to the song Butterfly Kisses. And a lot of fathers and daughters do this at their weddings.
Where's the dancing?
Yes, close, but not.
Huh? Taxes.
That's the last one.
Texas? Internet is... Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
The
Jim.
internet, man.
We gonna do.
You can't live with it. You can't live without it.
I think we're gonna do after. I'm still waiting.
one?
They're getting in.
No, I'm sorry.
Laura, you were close. Yes, Sydney. There you go. Red dancing lady. In everybody's top 5 emoji use. Red dancing lady. Very good. Brayden, why don't you pick one more to do, and then we'll call it. I think.
Let's see.
Linda Schnabel, very close, but not a guy. It's a girl. the
Okay,
red
I got
dancing
one.
lady.
Okay,
Terry Moss.
ready, go.
We're ready?
Go.
All right.
It looks active. I don't think that's the right. I don't think that's the right
Pop, pop, pop.
technique. That's not how I would teach my
Okay.
kids.
15 seconds is up.
Forrest Gump does it. Really, really good.
Mm-hmm.
And
I'm really, really
it's
bad.
a sport that I can actually play. And you do this at summer camp. And you do this in your friend's basement. And you
Sorry, Valerie.
do this at youth group.
Allison
At
got
least you
it.
used to.
Linda Schnabel's got it. Valerie says we need to get an Android phone. Sorry, Valerie. Well done, everybody. Well
I
done.
have all these emojis.
Laura, good job. Well done. Well done. Shada, well done. Wow. Olivia, not even close, Olivia.
See,
Not
I am good.
even close.
I am good at this game.
That's the self-confidence you needed. That's good. Jonathan says that Allison seems to understand you at every level, but I do not. It's
Everybody has their people.
Well, okay, that was a lot of fun. Thanks for
I was
sticking with
thinking
us.
I looked like a hibachi chef. I was thinking that.
We might be concerned, Allison. We might.
Yes, I would be. I would be.
Okay, well, that was a ton of fun. So what's next?
So we're gonna hit our quarantine survival guide again this week, the updated version of a couple topics that we want to share with you guys. The first one.
Hey, did anybody try any of our quarantine survival guide from last week? If so, let us know in the
Yeah.
comments. I know of a young fella who tried those chips that I recommended, and boy, did he sure like them. And so, hey, you can trust us. We'll give you the best recommendations in town.
Okay, that's good. Okay, first topic is top dinner tip. Okay,
Top dinner tip.
top dinner tip. I'll go first. Okay, my top dinner tip for you guys is we have a little extra time. Okay, tacos, super easy. Lots of ways you can do them, but this is the tip.
Okay.
Make your own tortillas. Okay, you buy the masa, warm water, little salt. Woo! That's it. Then you pound them flat, fry them. They're the best taco. They will elevate your taco game by 100%. They're so good, so easy. Watch a YouTube video. You got time at home. You're not doing anything. Try it. Brayden, what's your top dinner tip?
Well, I mean, since I can buy like 10 tortillas for $1 at Aldi, I don't think I'm gonna be making my own anytime
This is the
soon.
difference between going to a Mexican restaurant. You get the homemade tortillas versus the cheap ones. Telling you, it's gonna
Again,
change
I
your
don't
life.
think I'm gonna be making it. But hey, kudos to you for stepping out and for doing something with your life.
So good.
That is just great. So for me, first of all,
Demir said yummy.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't have anything
The mayor's-
other than this, because this just like tops everything that I could say.
Joe Meyer.
But you have to check out Chipotle chili powder. All right, go to your local store. Go to the spice section. They're usually alphabetical order, right? So go to C's. You're gonna see something called Chipotle chili powder. Guys, you can put this stuff on anything, and it tastes fantastic. Now you have to like spicy. It's a little bit spicy. It's a little bit smoky, and it's a little bit fantastic. I put it on absolutely everything. I put it on shepherd's pie. I put it on tacos. I put it on pizza. I put it on noodles. I put it on eggs. I put it on anything because it is so good.
Mm-hmm.
Second thing I have to throw out there. We didn't have a snack this week, but I have to include a snack.
Go ahead.
Ritz Crisp and Thins cream cheese and onion. I had to glance at my notes because that name is so long. Ritz, what is it? Ritz Crisp and Thins cream cheese and onion. I'm telling you,
Yeah,
it's gonna blow your mind.
Jonathan says anything. Anything, Jonathan.
Yeah, anything. I put it on fruit. Put it on a mango. You're gonna be pleasantly surprised.
Open sore. Put it on that. It'll heal it right up.
It probably will. It probably does have some sort of properties that heal wounds.
All right,
Mashed potatoes, absolutely.
Brayden, top movie or show that you would recommend this week to check out?
Sure. Well, I would highly recommend a little show called Mental Samurai.
That sounds mental, dude.
All right, if you have not seen this show, this is a game show, and they sit in this crazy mechanical chair, and the chair like twists and throws them all over, and then it parks them in front of a screen, and then they have to solve a simple puzzle. You can't get any of them wrong. If you get one wrong, you're done. So it's super high pressure. So when you watch this show, if you really want to get the best experience, though, you have to simulate yourself being in that chair. You can't just sit on your couch and be like, oh, I know the answer to that. Yeah, you weren't just spinning around and making yourself sick. That's what you got to do. You got to stand up. You got to spin yourself around in between each question. You got to just spin, run, do somersaults. Get yourself all twisted up and then try to answer the question, and you'll see exactly how it feels to sit in that hot seat. All right, so Mental Samurai.
All right, you seem very defensive about that. Overly so, oddly so, but fine. Mental Samurai, will check it out this week. Mine is a YouTube video, actually, for you guys. A little series called Worth It. Okay? Worth It are these two guys that they will go try a food anytime, like French fries or burgers or like soup or like Thai food, like some kind of like subject. And then they'll try at 3 price points, okay? So they'll try like $1 taco, like a $20 taco, then like a $300 taco. It's an incredible show.
And the third one usually has gold flakes on it.
Yeah,
so
everything has gold
they eat a
flakes
lot
on
of
it.
gold.
Like $1,000 hot dog, $100 bagel. I think they had $1,000 pizza. Crazy stuff.
They had like a donut that was just like covered in gold foil.
Yeah. Awesome show. You definitely need to check it out. It's worth a watch. Okay, next subject. Any funny stories you heard of this week? Anything that kind of piqued your interest? News stories or anything like that?
Yes.
Laura says Worth It is on Hulu as well, but you have to watch commercials on Hulu unless you're bougie. So go watch it on YouTube. Okay, go ahead.
I heard a story coming from my home state
Woo! Oklahoma.
about the Cowboy Museum. And maybe you heard it too. Here's what the Cowboy Museum did. They took their security guard and they put him in charge of their Twitter account. And he's hilarious.
He is hilarious.
Yeah, you gotta look
saw
this
this,
guy
Trish?
up.
Oh, yeah.
That's awesome.
He's tweeting all these things, and then on his tweets, rather than like using the actual pound sign, he's typing out the word hashtag the cowboy. Hashtag John Wayne. Then someone tries to teach him how to actually do it. And now he does the pound sign, then types out hashtag John Wayne. And then every tweet he signs, thanks Tim. So he's acting like he's sending a letter or something in the mail. He writes thanks, comma, Tim on every tweet. So this guy's just hilarious. It's really just a great laugh because it's just genuine. It's heartfelt. He's doing his best, and we're having a good time laughing at him. But hey, I really like it. I think it's great. So Oklahoma Cowboy Museum, check that one out.
That's awesome. Hey, okay, good story, Braden. Thanks for bringing that. I want to hit a couple of these comments that I saw. Joe Meyer, going back to the $1,000, he said $1,000 hot dog. He said, "I would relish a $1,000 hot dog." Just being frank. So, Joe, good puns.
You're
there.
hired, Joe. You can come on the show anytime.
Well done. Well done. That was fantastic. Okay. My story. Okay. As you guys have probably seen, with the quarantine being set in on everybody, Zoom has made a re-emergent appearance in everybody's
we're even
life.
using Zoom here.
We're using Zoom now. We're going to talk about 10 at 10, which is a Zoom call every day for you guys. We'll talk about that later. But, I mean, everybody's using Zoom, right? And it's kind of like making you want to watch those old PBS like Zoom. You know what I'm talking about? The Zoom show?
Yeah.
Come on in, Zoom.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. Okay. So, already the internet is being flooded. Imagine that you're like in a meeting, right? You finally got done with your part of the meeting. You sign off and you think you're done. Well, a lot of people are forgetting to like actually leave the meeting or that their camera's still on. And so I saw quite a few stories this week of people going to the bathroom on these major meetings and just total embarrassment with all their bosses and coworkers. That's the funny story that I had this week. Just horror stories of Zoom this week. So
I think maybe just like the safe thing to do is not bring the computer into the bathroom. Like just as a general practice.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Like just leave it wherever it was.
Where it's supposed to be.
And,
not in the bathroom. Or old school, just take that little piece of this, duct tape and just right over the camera. Just because the government's trying to watch. So right over the camera. Quick tip for you guys. All right, we got two more. We got to burn through these in 2 minutes here. So okay, top activity we're gonna do. Top activity.
Take it away,
I'll
boss.
do that. Okay, top activity. Okay, one that we really liked. Speaking of Zoom, is Jackbox and Zoom together. Okay, you can get Jackbox on your computer or your Xbox or whatever. But basically, it's a crowd game.
Crowd game.
You all log on through your cell phone to a website, and then you play all these crazy fun games. They're like word games. You make up phrases and stuff. Really funny, really fun. But we played with Amy's whole family last night, just practicing for youth group. And so we played with her whole family, and we were all able to practice social distancing, but still be together and play this fun game.
Now, how did you have the TV where everyone could see it?
So on Zoom, you can share your screen. So we hosted it.
Okay.
We had the game, and then we shared the screen through Zoom, and everybody could see it.
Oh, okay.
So, quick tip. Okay, Brandon, what are you doing this week?
I didn't do this, but someone told me it's actually another Zoom idea. Is they played a board game over Zoom. They played Monopoly. Actually, Jonathan, he's here in the comments. He's the one that did this with another family. Kind of, I guess, I don't know the logistics of it, but yeah, you set up the game, and I guess you mirror the game in both houses. I don't know, something like that. Anyway, do you know?
I honestly was reading comments.
You know what?
Didn't hear what you said.
Jonathan can tell us in the comments exactly how to do that if you're interested. But that got me thinking. They release all these versions of Monopoly, right? They
Mhm.
release like everything you can think of, like Dallas Cowboys Opoly, 101 Dalmatians Opoly, Chicago Opoly, anything.
Mhm.
I'm just waiting until they release Quarantineopoly.
Oh,
All right, because
gosh.
in Quarantineopoly, it's not going to be like streets that you're like trying to buy property at. No, this board is going to be a house. All right, you're going for properties in a house because you are stuck in a house. All right, so you're paying like $800 because you're going to buy the living room. That's a high traffic area. Everybody's going in there to watch TV.
So
You're paying like $200 to buy the bathroom closet. Hey, I think it's a good idea. You can like have a get out of the house free card versus a get out of jail free. And hey, not to make light of the situation, but every time you pass go, you collect unemployment. So this is
gosh.
a great idea.
Oh my gosh. We gotta screen these better. All right, moving right on from that. Okay, top book recommendation. We all got, this is the last one for today. You got a little bit extra time on your hands. I've got one for the adults. I think Braden has a children's book here that he's gonna recommend, but mine is called Fresh Wind, Fresh Fire by I can't remember. What's his name?
Jim Cymbala.
Yeah, Jim Cymbala. Thank you. Fresh Wind, Fresh Fire. It is amazing. I've cried 7 times reading that book, and it's just so good. So you need to go check that out. Braden?
Right. My book recommendation goes out to all the kids. And parents will enjoy it as well. It's a little golden book, and it's called Big Bird's Red Book. And I can't say too much about this book without spoiling the ending, because the ending is really the whole book builds up to a punchline at the end that is quite nice. There's a lot of little subtleties in the humor.
Okay.
And the whole book is just Big Bird talking to himself. So I mean, that's an interesting idea to have a whole book of just a character talking to himself. And so I would highly recommend that if you can get your hands on it. I have a very old edition, so I try to take good care of it. So you cannot borrow that from me. But if you can find a copy for yourself, Big Bird's Big Red. This is a tongue twister, folks. Big Bird's Red Book. I felt like Porky the
Pig. Chad says, read your Bible. Or no, Chad says, read your Bible. I agree. And with that note, what a perfect segue. Look at that pro move right there. Braden, I think you have a devotional for us tonight.
Yes.
Good.
Wow. 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 Wow.
Mm-hmm.
I think every day, every time we open our eyes, you know, every day that we live through, I think that should be on our minds. Wow. Like, I think during a time like this, we just have to remember that life really is a wonder. And the fact that we're here, and the fact that we have each other, and we have these resources, and the fact that we have God above us, and that we connect with Him, I mean, it's all just a wonder. It's beyond explanation. And each day is just truly a gift that we get to have, and that we've been given. And I want to point us in this vein of thought to Psalm 90, verse 12. Psalm says this: teach us to number our days, that we may gain a heart of wisdom. One more time. Teach us to number our days, that we may gain a heart of wisdom. Now, I want to talk about that because it might seem kind of grim to number our days. But here's a biblical instruction that teaches us to do this. So there's got to be some significance to it and something beneficial to our souls when we take heed of it. And so, in this quarantine, yet sometimes it's beginning to feel like Groundhog Day, where he would just wake up every day and it would be like the same thing over and over.
Yeah.
And
Right.
when we're just stuck in our homes and not getting out very much, it can start to feel pretty mundane. It can start to feel like you don't really have a lot of purpose right now, especially if you maybe got laid off your job and you don't feel like you're doing meaningful work, or
Right.
you just feel like all you can do is just sit around and wait for this to end. It can make you feel not good inside whenever you feel like that. And so what I want to remind us is that each day that we have is a new day. And I think that's why one of the reasons that it's important for us to number our days is to gain that perspective that each day is a new day, and each day is a new day that God has given us. And He's given to each of us. And with that new day, we can make something new out of that day. So whenever it feels like the days are just running all together, and like I said earlier, you don't know if it's Wednesday or Friday or what day it is, we can remember that we can make something new out of the day. We don't have to repeat yesterday, but we've been given a new day. And there's a reason that we've been given that new day. And so, we're only, 3 or 4 days in? I think we're 4 days into the quarantine, maybe 3. And even in those 3 or 4 days, I've had a bad day, maybe 2. And you just feel cooped up, and maybe you have too. Like maybe you've lost your temper with a loved one, or with your kids, or whoever. And that's going to happen. Like there's just whether we have fears or not, there's still stress. I think we're all experiencing some level of stress, and that doesn't mean we don't have faith. It's just times are different. And that causes stress, and so it's going to happen. You're going to have some bad days. You might get short, or you might get temperamental, or whatever may be the case. But what I want us to remember is that after those bad days, you get a new day to make something new of. So just because you have a bad day, we can move past that. And we will move past that if we remember our days are numbered. And so for every bad day we have, that's a day wasted. And we don't want to get stuck down in that rut where we have one bad day, and then next day we have a bad day, and then next day we have a bad day. And that just cycles out of control. And that's a downward spiral. What we want to do is we want to say, okay, I had a bad day. Maybe I had a day that I was just full of anxiety, or maybe I had a bad day where I was temperamental. Or maybe I had a bad day where I just felt I just wanted to isolate. I just wanted to shut myself off. We can move past that the next day, and it's a new day, and we can approach that day with wonder, with the fact that it is wonderful that I have another day to do this again, to try this again, to get a little better. So that's one thing that I wanted to say about numbering our days. Another thing on that is just like how our sleep cycles work. It's just pretty interesting to me that we can have a day and then we can go to sleep. When we get in bed, we feel like exhausted and just tired and just worn out, and then we can sleep, and then the next morning we can just wake up and we can feel energized. We can feel great. It's like a reset, and I think it's just kind of interesting that that's how we're designed. Like, we're designed to go to bed, and then we have that certain amount of hours, and then we wake up, and it's like a reset. It like sets us up to have that new day. We could have just been going on and on and on, and maybe you get mad at 7 a.m. and then you just stay mad until 7 a.m. 3 days later because we didn't require any sleep, but yet we were designed to require sleep, and that gives us a little bit of a reset for every day. So I just thought that was pretty interesting. So let's take each day as a new day and make something wonderful out of it. The other thing is maybe each day, as we number our days, we choose one thing that we're going to do better than yesterday.
That's good.
So maybe there's a call to a friend or to a family member that you've been putting off making. Number those days and put on the calendar one day, I'm going to make that call. Or maybe you just need to declutter and clean out some closets, and now you kind of have the time to do that. Why don't you try and accomplish that task while you have the days to do it? Maybe make a point to hug and kiss the kids, and tell them how much you love them. Just set something for yourself where you get better every day, where instead of the quarantine being a time where it's just kind of wasted days waiting, make it something where you're getting better and better, just at life and at following Jesus and at being a parent and at being a brother and a sister and all those things. These quarantine days, they can start to feel meaningless, like I said, and by doing some of these things, we can invoke meaning into these days. I was thinking one thing you could do practically is you could literally number the days. Like you could put up a calendar of X amount of days left in the quarantine, and then maybe write something in each one of those squares of what you're going to do each day to really savor that day and make the most of it. Maybe you could journal each night. Before bed, you could pull out a pen and a paper and write down like what you want to hold on to from that day. What was good about that day? What wasn't so good about that day? And what do you want to see improve in the coming days? That might help just to help to kind of glean that wisdom of numbering the days. I could see that. So, as we believe God is in control of this whole situation. So, in light of that, he knew that you were going to have some extra time on your hands, or that you were going to be holed up in your house right now. And so maybe ask yourself why. Like why? Is there a good that could be pulled out of this God-given time that I have now? And then kind of focus on those things. It's easy to just watch the news all day and, scroll through our social media all day. And I'm not saying don't do those things, in a healthy amount. But let's balance those things out by doing some worthwhile things. Where at the end of this quarantine, we're not just saying, man, I'm glad that's over. I just sat on the couch the whole time. But at the end of this, let's say, man, I'm glad I had that extra time. I'm glad I was able to do some things that I'm not usually able to do. Or I'm glad I'm glad I'm able to get into the word more. Or I'm glad I'm able to pray for others more. Just anything like that, we can use this time for. So that's kind of what I have to say. Let's not just let the days pass by and just let them go unaware of where they're going. Let's number them, and let's be conscious of where these days are going, and let's use godly wisdom to make the most out of this time.
Yeah, Braden, that's really good, man. Even while you're talking, I was thinking about how this was a forced waiting period, and it always just seems like we want to rush through the waiting periods to the next thing, and then we don't stop and just appreciate the time. So even like I think back when even when I started dating Amy, I wanted to, you want to move past the friendship into the relationship, and then right from that into engagement. And then it's really easy to just let all the months or whatever of engagement period be just wasted because you're just so excited to get married.
Right.
We rush through things, and this is a time of where we're forced to wait and just rest in God.
Yeah.
And so I think that's very practical and very good just encouragement for this time of just every day. It's a new day, and what does God have for you today? Because He's not wasting these days.
Right.
We're giving Him. That's really good, man. Thanks. Do you want to maybe pray over us?
Yeah.
And then we'll move on to some closing announcements.
Yeah, let's pray together.
Yeah.
Father God, thank you for this night, and thank you for our church family. who are so connected with God, and
Yeah.
and we miss them, and we love them. We can't wait to connect again in the same room. But Lord, thank you for the technology that we have to just be able to engage with each other and to share and to get into your word. And God, I pray that each and every person out there, Lord, who has a need tonight, Lord, I pray that you would move on their life, and God, that you would provide for that. Lord, I pray that you would just help people overcome fear and anxiety, that you'd help people to just be stirred with hope, God, and to go out and to help others who have needs, God. I pray that you would mobilize us in that way. And Lord, I pray that this time of waiting, Lord, that it could be used effectively, and it could be used in a good way, God, that we would have your wisdom to know how to use our time well, and how to develop the areas of our lives that you would have us develop. I pray that your spirit would speak to us and give us that wisdom and that insight as we just count the days, God, until we can kind of get back to something normal. Let us use it well. And God, I just thank you again for being with us during this quarantine, and I know that you'll continue to be faithful to us. We pray it in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen. Hey, church, thanks for tuning in. I just have a few quick announcements, and then we have one more segment before we close out tonight. So really quick, as we move into the rest of this week, I just want to remind you guys the ways that you can stay connected. A big thought that I've been thinking recently is just we're isolated, we are separated, but we do not have to remain isolated. So you can do this Wednesday Night Live, tune in and just comment and talk to each other. We started a daily Zoom call. We're calling it 10 at 10. So a 10-minute devotional, time to catch up every day, Monday through Friday. All the information is on our Facebook page. So just go to the thing that says 10 at 10. You can click and join the call tomorrow morning. And then lastly, you can jump onto our weekend services. The whole service is on our website, but then we're also hosting a watch party Saturday night and Sunday morning. At 7 on Saturday.
7 on Saturday.
10 on Sunday. And that's a way just to, we can do the same thing we're doing right here is comment, say hi, and get that community feeling that we're watching service together and partaking together. So I would encourage you right now to just even post which service you plan on attending, and maybe even make plans to watch with other people the same service.
Yeah, and one thing I wanted to throw out there is that this could be a really good time to reach out to people who maybe you've invited to the physical church.
Yes.
Or that you've thought about inviting to the physical church but just haven't felt like it's the right thing. This online experience could be a good way for a person to kind of dip their feet in the water of all of this. And so I would encourage you to share these things on your Facebook and invite people to our Wednesday Night Live. Invite people to the Facebook watch party with you. Make it an experience where they'll feel comfortable and they can just watch it from their couch. I think it could be a good way to bring in some of those people that we've been wanting to invite. So there's that.
Did you want to share this resource? I'm going to save it.
I'll just do it real quick. I just wanted to tell you that Assembly of God, our denomination, has created a website here. Trisha, I'm going to take control for just a second. So this is called covid19.ag.org, and I think that's going to be in the comments. But you can go on here, and if you're looking for different devotionals or resources to use with your family during this time, you can find youth devotionals, kids devotionals, all types of things. So just wanted to throw that out there in case you're bored at home. You could get on this website and check that out. And there's a lot of cool stuff on there from our denomination. So there you go. There's that.
Awesome.
Yep.
All right, guys. Hey, before we sign off, we just wanted to do our shout outs. Things that just made our week this last week, okay? Or things that we're looking forward to in this next week. Braden, do you want to start us off?
I would like to say shout out to my brother and sister. Their birthdays are tomorrow. So happy birthday, Grant and Courtney. You are now 21 and everything is closed. So I am so sorry. Also, shout out to my mom. It's her birthday today. So yeah, they really got the shaft on this one. with being able to celebrate their birthdays. But oh well.
You got a shout out on Wednesday Night Live, so what more could you want? Hey, shout out to
that's something.
shout out to the weather. I guess that would be God, for giving us this awesome weather this week. I slept with the windows open last night. Totally changes my mood. Amazing weather.
Yeah. Definitely. Let's keep the good weather going. Hey, shout out to Movies Quiz app for wasting my time. I have to take my little message here to heart because I've been wasting a lot of time just trying to guess movies and what is that? So, yeah. Anyway.
Yeah. Hey, shout out to all medical staff everywhere, anywhere. You guys are putting the time in, dealing with crazy amounts of people. You are just spending so many hours. Thank you for what you're doing and keeping us healthy. All the medical staff everywhere.
Hey, shout out to my parents for their 35th anniversary. Yeah.
Woo!
Yeah, that's a lot of years.
Home cooked dinner.
Yeah. Can't go out.
Hey, this one's for you, Larry. You could do a shout out to Domino's for 50% off your online order and for having a gluten-free menu and for having a carry-out window so you don't have to get Nora out of the car just to get the pizza to put her back in the car. So shout out Domino's.
Well, what was the Domino pizza you got in here the other night?
That was a Memphis barbecue chicken.
Okay, you got to get that one. You got to get that one.
Very good.
Shout out to my home gym because I can still pump the iron while everyone with gym memberships are getting soft because they can't go to the gym.
Flabby.
So.
Y'all flabby. Hey, last shout out, guys. Shout out to you, Church on the Rock, for staying so well connected. We have seen such an amazing response on Wednesday Night Live, on 10 at 10, on our weekend services, in the comments, calling and texting and just connecting. You guys are amazing. Thank you for staying plugged in.
Yes.
Yes.
Couldn't do it without you.
That's truth.
Wouldn't be a lot of fun with just me and Josh here talking to each other.
I guess. That's really hurtful. But yeah, I guess so.
Hey, we'll connect with you again, 10 at 10.
Tomorrow morning.
Weekend Online Church and next Wednesday Night Live. Thanks for tuning in.
Bye, guys.
Bye.